I'm in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania at the 2016 edition of the 18th Century Artisan Show. The 18th Century Artisan Show in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania is always a great show. It's full of all sorts of 18th century crafts, from gun making, tomahawks, powder horns, pottery, you name it. And it's a phenomenal show, and it really does help to break up the winter. Now, my big problem is I spend so much time looking at everything that I really can't get a great video in, but I hope I can at least give you a flavor for it. Okay, this is Ron Luckenbill, who made the flintlock rifle that Leonardo DiCaprio used in the movie The Revenant. Ron, why don't you tell me a little bit about the rifle?
Well, this is a copy of the rifle that was built for the Revenant movie, used by Leonardo DiCaprio. The gun was delivered to the movie set back in August of 2014, and as many have seen, it's in the theaters. It's been slightly modified in the theater. They cut the barrel down by approximately 10 inches to fit the ideals of the man who wrote the book. But that's it. It's a typical Bucks County rifle. Has extensive carving on it on both sides, and beautiful rifle. It's based on an original owned by a gentleman who lives in Arkansas who collected it.
Beautiful gun. Well, thank you very much, Ron. Here's another look at Leonardo DiCaprio's rifle from the movie The Revenant. Well, here's something you don't see every day. This is a Michelet lock, which is an early version of the flintlock. Something else you don't see every day is this really beautiful painted Indian trade gun. I'm over here at Mitch Yates's table, and not only does Mitch make some beautiful rifles, but lately he's getting into engraved silver. And he does some phenomenal silver work, too.
Very. You can't have a bad time here, no matter what.
Thank you. Well, I was over at my friend Tim Williams' booth, and Tim is one of the best rifle builders in the country, in my opinion. And unfortunately, I spent more time socializing when I should have been filming his rifles, but he makes some great stuff. All right, this is Kathy England, horn maker, scrimshander, and she does some absolutely beautiful work. So, Kathy, why don't you tell me about that horn?
Well, this is a copy of one in a book. Well, it's in several books actually. It's in Dressler's book. It's got the King's Arms and the Hell Horse on this side, and the outline of Crown Point Fort on this side.
Depending on what I want.
Now, do you use India ink on these, or when you stain them, does it bring the color out?
No, I personally use India ink, although some people do just stain them.
There's so many.
I use a scribe with a carbide tip to scratch the design in, and then rub India ink into it, and then go over it with about 4/0 steel wool to take it off of the background.
Well, that's beautiful, I've got to tell you. I've made one horn in my life, and I have nothing but respect for people who can do this kind of work.
That's how I feel about quill work. I've tried quill work just enough to know that I'll never be a quill worker.
Well, thanks a lot for talking to us.
Sure, thank you.
Well, it's not all just guns and tomahawks here. See all sorts of 18th century folk art. There's some beautiful pottery and dishes by Zettelmoyer Pottery. Here we've got painted oilcloth floor coverings for your camp or your home. And just some beautifully made wooden boxes.
Small bag.
Okay, now this is the pouch that you need for your smoothbore. A little copper cookware for your camp. I'm here in the Lewisburg 18th Century Artisan Show, And this is the antique gun sales hall. You can see all manner of beautiful flintlock rifles and fowling pieces. We've got some beautiful original flintlock rifles here. You can see the detail, the engraving on these patch boxes. Well, this room at the show is dedicated to modern-made parts, barrels, stocks, everything that you would need to build your own muzzleloader. Well, the 2016 show is now history, but I hope you enjoyed this little look at it.